Okay, welcome to this video. This video will be our first Java lab assignment. And again, we will go through the steps. Again, this is a first video on Java lab. We're going to run our first Java code. So first, again, I have the Google here. I'm on Google now. In case you have not downloaded the Java IDE or the Java Integrated Development Environment. We have so many different types of Java IDE. In my first lectures, we mentioned many of them, such as NetBeans, Eclipse, JGRASP, and so many of them. So here I'm going to use, I will start with the JGRASP first. So that's JGRASP download. So first thing I do, I go to the google.com. In the search box, I type JGRASP or JGRASP download. And I can see, again, we have the Mac, Windows platform, operating system, etc. So I have Windows, so I'm going to select Windows. So the first link is good. That is the JGRASP homepage. I'll click on that. And then I'll go down. You should see the download. So this is the download. I'll click the link, download. And then again, this section is up to you. If you want to fill in your information, for example, your institution, location, if you have a website, code review, etc. So again, I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going straight to download the JGRASP. So we have 3 different operating systems. There are so many types, but always I will download the first links because those are the recent one. We can see it goes by date, or just look for the recent one. It's up to you. But I will tell you that 2.0 or excuse me, 2.0 or 2.06 or even 1.8 will work very good. But here, again, anyone, I'm going to click on, again, I'm using Windows, so I'll click on the Windows. So then it's up to me if I want to run it. Again, I have this already in my computer. But from here, what we can do is that we can click on the run. Then we have the instruction whether we should allow the program. And I'll click yes. Then from here, we follow. Again, I'm not going to do these steps. This is just the setup wizard. From here, you follow the instruction. I'll go through the steps. Then when I reach finish, I'll stop. So the next step, I have to agree with the license. And then I need a standard one. So I'll leave everything as default setting. Now I'm not going to click finish. So this is the browse where I want to install, and this is where I install my JGRASP. Again, when I go to my C drive in program files is there, but basically when I click on the, anytime we put a program in program files, when you click on the window button, you should see the list of all the items there. So in my case, I left it as default. I didn't change the destination folder. Then I'll click next. And these are all, again, selection for the main menu, etc. I'll click next here. I'm not going to click install because I have this already installed. So for example, my main concern is to install the Java. Now it's up to you if you want to install any files. What I did is that I left everything as default because here we are learning the basic Java now. We haven't reached any advanced stage yet. So even from Java, basic like variable functions, etc., up to even object-oriented polymorphism inheritance, we can still run all this code here. So I'm not going to click install. Now, when you click install finish, I'm going to click cancel. When you click install finish, again, the program will be installed. Then when you go to start, Again, we are using Windows. Go down, these items are again alphabetical order. So I'm going to J, and I should see my JGRASP here. Also make sure you download the Java and the JDK also. So when I click here, I can see the program Java graphs, then I can start it from here. So I'm going to run this program once. So I just running the program, I click OK. And now I want us to run our first Java program here. So I'm going to click on File. I'll click New. I'm creating new Java. So I click File, New Java. And here I can write my code. Again, for the sake of time, I have the code here. So I'm just going to copy and paste it. So this is my code. And this code is not doing much work here. So first, let's go through our window. So first, when I click on File and New, I can create a new source file here. This area is our editor. Then the down section here is where we will see our output. When we run the code, this is where our output will be at. Basically, this is our browsing sections. And also, when I type my code finish, as we said in the theory, this is my source file now. The first thing I'll do is to compile it. Then the second step to run it. If I compile it and there's any syntax error, then we will see it. And I'll intentionally make some mistakes, then we can see how it works. So what I'm going to do next, again, I just copy and paste the code here, but we can type it separately just for the sake of time. So the next thing I'm going to do is, again, to build this program. So I'll click on Build. Actually, the next, I didn't save it yet, so I just copy and paste. So I'm going to save this file first. So I'll click File, Save As. And remember, the name have to be the same name as what the file name, the main class name. So you can see in Java, we talk about the theory. We should have at least one class, and this class is the main class. The name of the main class is the same as the name of the file. So you can see that our IDE is very, very good. It gave us the name already. Just by looking at the first class, it's okay. The best name should be first program.java because the class name is first program. So first program.java. Now they want us the directory to save it right now is my document in C drive. If I want to, I can change it. Let me change it to my flash drive, which is my E drive. And I'll go to the YouTube folder, then I'll go to Java. And this is where I'm going to have all my source code. So I'll click here. And this is chapter 1. So let's go here. So I'm going to save it here. Then I'll click Save. Now I'm going to build it. So I click on Build and Compile. When I compile, I will look at the output section. We can see at the down window. And the information I have here is congratulations, we have done it. This operation complete, so there's no any error. Now, if there's no any error, I'm going back. This time I'm going to run it. So I'll click the same build again, then I'll click run. And this output here should be program is not a spectator spot. So our output is programming is not a spectator spot. Now the code here, as we said earlier, in a Java program, always we start with our main class. So our main class name is first program. Then this is application. So we should have at least the main method. So this is our main method. Then the curly brace, open and close for the class block, the first program class block. Then the main method, we also have the curly brace, open and close. So this will be our main method block area. So here what we are doing is that we are using the system.out object with println method to print programming is not a spectator spot in our screen. This is an option. This code here is to exit the program, but again, we don't even need, I can comment this. So this is a comment. We can see also we have a single line comment here. As we said earlier in the theory, we normally use comment to document our program. So here, I just have a comment that this is a first program in Java and my name, Charles Edeki. Now, when I comment a code, that means the compiler will ignore it. So I'm going to run it again. You'll see that we are not going to get no error, nothing. So we still have operation complete, no error. And then we run it again, we'll get the same output again. The output is there. Programming is not a spectator spot. But this is just an option. This is to when we reach the end of the program, exiting. But again, I'm going to make a mistake here. So I'll intentionally delete a semicolon. We know that in Java, a statement always have to end with a semicolon, even an expression semicolon. So this program, we write a statement, there's no semicolon. So when we run this program, we compile it first, we're going to get a syntax error. So we can see in our output here, we have one error. And the good thing is that the IDE will even tell us where the error is. So the code system.out.println programming is not a spectator spot. We can see the caret again, there's something missing here. And we can even see the highlight also, which means there's something wrong with the code. Now, even if I try to build it, I can't get any output. See, the error is still there. So we have to fix this error. So I'll put back my semicolon and I'll save it and I will compile again. And this time it works, operation is complete, no error. Then we build it. We run it and we should get our output. Programming is not a spectator or spot. What we mean here is that programming is something that we have to always write the code. It's a hands-on. You can't do programming, take a programming language course and just read the textbook. You have to run the code. You have to do the hands-on work. So it's not a spectator spot. So this is how we use the JGRASP. So this is how we use the JGRASP. So next we're going to try the Eclipse. So I'll go back to the same Google. And this time I'm going to type Eclipse download. And I saw the first link is very good. Yes, say go to download. Eclipse, the symbol is right here. So I'll click go to download. And again, this is owned by the, so from here, I can see 64-bit, my Windows 10. So I'll click on this. And then download from United States. This is good. And we can see here, downloading, run or save. It's up to you. You can run it or you can save it. The same step at the JGRASP also. So I click run. And again, I'm not going to do the step here because I already have it. But here just to show the few steps. But both of them are the same. So here we have the Eclipse installer is coming on. And I don't want to subscribe anything for now. So here they give us the option. I want to download the Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Or if you are doing enterprise, or if it's Eclipse also is that we can use it for so many different programming language. So I have option to download the C++ language or JavaScript. PHP, also IDE come on the Eclipse. So there are so many IDEs for different languages. Here we are using Java. So I click on Java again. I don't want to click on install. When you click, the good thing with Eclipse is that when you click install, there's no any wizard. It will follow the steps, install it. And by default, it will always give you the application on your desktop. So again, most of the time when I'm installing application, always I take the default, either to be on my desktop or to be on my programming files, whereby when I click on Windows, I can go straight to programming files and get it. So by default, it will also go here, which Eclipse. Or most of the time, they also give me the icon on the desktop. So either you click on Windows or the desktop icon, and I'm going to start it here. So I double click. Then I'm going to click launch. Either one is okay. You can use either the JGRASP or the Eclipse IDE, which one you want, that's fine. So here I'm going to create a new project. The first option is just to review the IDE configuration settings, the software if you want to review it. Then this is for testing first, and you can create a hello world application. The system will write all the code for you. Here I'm going to create a new project. The project name, make sure it can be any name, but we also follow the Java identifiers rules, the naming rules. Don't start with a digit. Make sure you have the possible characters, which is the $, and the underscore, no other. So the name here I will give, maybe I'll name this as program 1 or program Java 1. So project name, there's no file extension, so I'm not going to give it a file extension. And I'll say most of the time I leave everything here as default, especially we are starting from beginning now. Let's learn the most important thing first. So I'll click next. Then here I have my programming Java. This is the source. So this is just a project. Project is like a folder where you have going to have more than one source file or program, everything will be in the project. And now here it's up to me. I can click on create a new source folder, or I leave everything as default. The browser, I don't want to change it. Most important thing, I can see that I have programming Java 1, which is the project name. It's here, /bin. Let's leave it. That's the default output folder. Let's leave it as that. We click on the source also. This is where most of we're going to write our source file. I'll leave everything here for now as default, and I'll click finish. So previously I was using it for another program. So here we have SAM2 values Java. This is another program. But what I'm going to do is that I will go to our project is program Java 1. And I'm going to click file, then new. Now you have the project. So now what we need inside the project is the source file or the class. So here I'm going to click class. And this class, I make sure that is going to programming Java 1 folder, the source. If you want to include it, I will leave this as the package, but we don't really need it. Modifier should be public. I don't need the main method. I'm going to copy and paste everything. Or if you need the main method also, you can put it. And the name here should be, let's give it any name later on. Let's say counting. And I'll click finish. So you can see my main class, because I named the program counting, you can see that the program creates our main class for us. So our main class name also is counting. Then I'm going to copy and paste. So what I'll do is I'll leave it as counting, and I'm going to remove the first program name here, and I'll make sure I remove one curly brace from here, and this should work now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to run this. With Eclipse, we click on the run menu, and if I want, I can just run it straight instead of compiling and then running. Both will work at the same time. So I'm running, I should get my output straight. And we can see the output here. Programming is not a spectator spot. Now, if I make any mistake, same as the previous one, I'll click run, then run it. And we click OK, we should see the error. See, we can see the error exists in require projects. The project name is program Java 1. So they say proceed with launch, I'll say proceed. And even when I proceed, I can see the error message. And they are telling us here we are missing a semicolon somewhere. Same thing as the JGRASP. They underline where the error is, the line number 11. Oh, okay. So I'll put a semicolon, and then I will run it again. So the answer is correct here. So what we learn in this video is how to use JGRASP and also the Eclipse to run a Java program. Again, the steps are very similar. Difference is that the JGRASP, we use the build menu. Here we use the run menu. Most of the time, I don't compile program. I just go straight and run it. If there's any error, we can see it. So you can click on run, then run it. Or you can also debug, etc. We may go through all this as time goes on. So I'm going to end the video here. The objective of this video is how to use the JGRASP and also the Eclipse to run a Java program language. As we saw in the theory, it's 2 steps. First, of course, we use the text editor to write our source code. Then the 2 step is that we have to compile it. If we don't have no error, then we execute it, then we get our output. So I'll end here, and thank you.